And now we're going to see the teams just setting up at the moment. And I like this at the start as well. Aga, what are your thoughts on this one, buddy? There are obviously some little changes in the tactics early on, showing that both these guys are taking this incredibly seriously.
Yeah, that gives you a hint of how much they actually play FIFA, how much they care about the details. And as we can see here, Bernat is like doing player instructions very specifically, and that kind of shows that he's know what he's doing. He played this formation before. He prepared for this tournament. So I'm really excited to see Bernat play.
And I wanted to get your opinion, Dan, of what we heard from Juan Bernat just before we got into the game. We saw the little video and it just said, "I'm more than ready." That's the kind of confidence that you need, right?
The thing is, when you're put into this kind of situation, you're thrown into playing in front of like 60,000 people. There's so much pressure that's going to be on you just from your mates who are going to be watching, and like the rest of the football team, PSG, are going to be saying like, "Hey, we need you to get a victory over Roma here." You're going to practice, you're going to put the hours in, and it's clear that a lot of these players have done so because they don't want to embarrass themselves.
That's a good point. Aga, I wanted to ask you a question as well. You were talking about how Justin's obviously, saying that he's beaten his dad. That's fantastic stuff. But have you ever played your dad, and how did that go?
I mean,
thank you.
My dad never wanted to play with me, obviously, but I just thought it was a quite fun part to tell, because we all know that Patrick Kluivert is an icon in FIFA, and he also on the real pitch, obviously, and like. Getting this information is some good fun before this match, and it still gives you some sort of hint of that. Yeah, he actually plays the game all the time, and he knows how to play FIFA. And obviously, maybe it's not the biggest achievement to beat your father, but I mean, it's still something to go on with.
I would say that lockdown certainly has got a lot of people playing video games, and it's actually made my dad play quite a lot himself, very strangely. He was one of those people when I was growing up, I was playing a lot of the time, would be like, "Come on, do something else." But now he's sending me screenshots of games that he's playing and getting wins. So that's the one positive of the situation we're in at the moment. A lot more people, as you say, staying at home and playing. Staying and playing, like this cup, of course, is called. So let's get into this next game then. PSG versus Roma. Juan Bernat versus Justin Kluivert. I'm super excited about this one, gentlemen.
Me too. I mean, both players in real life had big money moves to these clubs. Bernat was at Bayern Munich beforehand, winning 4 Bundesliga titles there. Kluivert, of course, moving as well over to Roma after playing for Ajax, like going through the youth system. So being able to see players that have gone through the youth system then getting that big money move, and being able to perform, especially when you are the son of Patrick Kluivert, there's always going to be that extra pressure on you, I feel, because just of what a historic career he had. But both players have just been phenomenal in the real world, and I'm sure they'll show us what they're made of on the virtual pitch as well.
Yeah, definitely. We see a pretty slow start from Juan Bernat. Is just taking his time, maybe get the flow and feeling, and we see a lot of ball rolls and passes afterwards, which gives an indication again that he's ready to play. Good defensive by Justin Kluivert here.
And that's the one thing I'm excited. This is the first time, obviously, we've seen these two players in the Stay and Play Cup representing their clubs, and always interested to keep an eye out early on and see who's got the flair, who's got the skill moves, and how they're going to be playing.
Yeah, if play style's anything to go by, if we are going to see the aggression coming out from Kluivert because of his real life tactics and how he plays on the pitch, then maybe he's going to be the one who gets aggressive to start with. And he does actually head down that left wing. The cross, unfortunately, not really paying off. And that's something that all these players who are playing FIFA will have to kind of learn, those meta things that Aga does talk about as well. What might work in real life won't always work necessarily on FIFA.
Definitely, here is a chance to Bernat. That's a big chance for him, but unfortunately, it's posed out. But super good counter-attack from Bernat here, using the shooting feint where he stop up, and that actually gives him time to make a pass into a dangerous area.
And I've got to say, I absolutely love the fact that we've got the player cameras here as well, so we can see the intensity on the faces of both of these players. Two of the best in the world on the real pitch, now facing up against each other on the virtual pitch, and that competitive edge that these players have will never leave them, even on the virtual pitch here in FIFA 20. But we haven't seen too many chances outside of that one early on that struck the post, but has been a kind of a pretty balanced game so far, I'd say.
And I think you're always going to have that kind of serious nature as well from the players. They are going to concentrate. They are going to want to win, of course. They are going to want to be competitively better than the other. But as it's their first game, they're going to be a little bit more nervous. As we get further into the tournament, I think we'll see more celebrations from players, especially when more goals are coming in and they start to feel it as well. And you start to get, you just get that FIFA buzz where you want to rub it into your opponent.
Definitely, and we see again these certain skill moves from Bernat with that gives this sort of speed boost when you do the body feint. He likes them a lot, and also the drag backs and the ball rolls and the shoot. It's like a lot of the basic meta stuff, which again gives a big indication of that he's been playing a lot. He's been playing a lot.
I just saw a little almost nod of the head there from Juan Bernat. I think he realised that maybe he got away with things a little bit there, or maybe he was happy with the way he defended it, because there was an opportunity maybe to strike on goal there for Justin Kluivert that he didn't take, but that ball in towards the back post will give him an opportunity to strike. Unfortunately for him, it does not hit the target.
It's a good defense from Kluivert. Oh, pretty tight game for now. I believe both players are just missing the last pass or the last finish in order to get this vital first lead. Maybe something here, but again, solid defense.
Now we're going to see a chance for the counter-attack here, and there's a little bit of pace in behind here. You can see Icardi, the man on the ball. Looks like Justin Kluivert's managed to get back into position, though, to defend. And as you say, still a very cagey affair between these two players. It looks like that first goal is what we're looking forward to here, because that could really open things up.
It is worth mentioning as well if you're watching and you're wondering, like, oh, well, one player, does he have better players than the others? Like, you see Neymar on the pitch. All players are going to be rated 85 in-game, so it's going to be a completely even playing field. Of course, there are physical attributes like height and weight, which might make a little bit of a difference, but overall, they're all going to be 85 rated, so it is completely fair. And you're not going to be seeing any teams get advantage because they have those big star players as the ball almost gets through. Kluivert will just about come away with the ball.
Yeah, and Juan Bernat could perhaps benefit, play a bit more direct. He usually goes for a lot of the same patterns. He's really good at working his way into the box. But at these situations here, it's like he's taking his own pace out of the game instead of going a bit more direct. So I'm curious to see if he will change a bit up, maybe here.
Well, here is the chance. And there's a strike at goal, but it is a save from the goalkeeper. A fairly comfortable save, but to say, the bigger chances you have to say have gone to Bernat. Just hasn't been able to take them. There was the big chance, of course, at the other end for Kluivert, but that was the only one really to speak of. Do you agree with that synopsis, Dan, so far?
I would agree with it, Mark. I think that's a very good analysing of the game you've done there. And there could be a goal here. Oh, close. Definitely Bernat's game to have at the moment. It's his to throw away, I feel. He's having chance after chance after chance, but just needs to get a little bit more tight in the final third. I think Aga kind of hit the nail on the head, saying that he needs to play a little bit more direct rather than trying to do some of the stuff he's gone for so far. But an even game that could go either way at half-time. But shots at both ends. I think that I'm happy with that. I'm always concerned that there might just be one player who will dominate the other and you won't get to see the attacking prowess of a certain player. But both of them have showed what they're made of in this game so far.
Definitely, and we're on to second half start here. And as you say, Dan, both players shows that they can contribute with something, and it's a tight game. And even if it's 0-0, I feel like this is perhaps the most interesting game we had so far in this cup.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you can see how both players are kind of facing up against each other. They're trying to work out how to break each other down, which is making it quite exciting, because you know when that first goal goes in a tight game as well, that release of emotion, the celebration is certainly going to be there from the two players. So I'm looking forward to that first goal. There has been chances. The big question is, who is going to take that first chance here?
Well, Bernat has experienced a lot in real life. But Kluivert is going to be the one who gets the opening goal. He steals it away from Bernat. Defensive error from our fullback. Kluivert takes a goal lead, just nipping the ball away. And, well, AS Roma, maybe a surprising goal lead.
Yeah, and he will not be happy with that one, Juan Bernat. He's played a very good game so far, but you can't afford to make these small, dangerous passes into your own box. He will capitalize on that one, Justin Kluivert. And now he has a lot of work to do, but he's also shown that he's capable of creating these chances, especially working his way into the box. Have been super impressive by Juan Bernat.
Just needs to create that one more chance to maybe find an equaliser here. And it reminds everyone who's watching as well, if it is tied up after our first game here, we restart the game, we go to golden goal. So the first goal will win, but at the moment it's PSG and Juan Bernat, who are very much chasing the game. And it looks like after that goal, Justin Kluivert has found a little bit of confidence here as he goes through on goal again, goes to repeat the finish we just saw from a few moments ago, but Mkhitaryan can't put that one away.
And what I find interesting was earlier how Lindstrom was saying that your football knowledge transitions into FIFA and all those play styles you might have gone up against in different leagues. Bernat has played in 3 different leagues in his career. He started at Valencia, so of course he competed in La Liga, then he moved to Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, and now in Liga 1. All these different styles of football they would have gone up against. All he needs really to round that out is the Premier League and experience that one. Maybe that might happen one day. I wonder how much of that and playing against all these different styles of football will help in his FIFA game now, because he has to come back from a goal behind against Kluivert, despite the fact, I would say, he has been the better player.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe the chances now.
Offside.
That offside. Yeah, it is.
That opportunity, as you say, it's been a couple of opportunities for Juan Bernat to find that killer through ball in the final third, but a couple of offside decisions haven't gone his way. He's been close, but close isn't good enough, as we see. And again, having a strike at goal, this time it's going to be blocked fairly comfortably by the defenders, but sometimes when you get into the final moments of a game and you're chasing the game, Aga, it can be a case of, you know, you do rush that final pass or you don't time it because you know you've got to try and get a goal.
Definitely. I mean, sometimes you can get a bit too desperate to get that goal back, and you will start maybe not always choose the rational solution when you're attacking. And that's important for Juan Bernat now, to stay calm, not rush his chances, because he knows he's good enough to work his way into the box.
Well, Bernat, who's scored 5 goals in his career in real life, needs to find one in the last 20 minutes here to rescue a point. Maybe this could be it. This could be the chance. Does find himself through on goal, but what a save that is.
What a save.
Is that
incredible save from the goalkeeper. And the corner tossed into the box there. That's cleared away. Just constant pressure here, though, from Juan Bernat. Tries to use a fake shot to get inside the box as well. He keeps possession, though. Nervy times here for the Roma man.
And something that a lot of FIFA players and professional FIFA players will have learned to deal with is that pressure. And of course, it's going to be a very different pressure in real life, and comparing it to the virtual pitch when playing FIFA. When you start to get a little bit nervous, your hands get a little bit shaky. It's very difficult to try and keep that precision when you're trying to move the analog sticks and when you're trying to hit the button at the right pressure as well. All these different factors that come into play when you're playing FIFA instead of real life football.
Yeah, that's where the mentality also comes in. You can practice so hard and time the finishing, time your skill moves, when to do it. All these small details which will be, and here it should be game over. It's clinical from Justin Kluivert, and that's gotta be the difference between these two players.
Just saw a double bicep as well from Justin Kluivert there. I absolutely love that. Celebration, smile on the face. He knows 2 goals to the good. Having just held off that pressure as well should be enough to get the job done here in this round of 16 game. 81 minutes on the clock as well, and with just a few moments left, Bernat has shown that he can go forward and create chances. If he can score here, maybe there will be a little glimmer of hope.
Yeah, he definitely has the chance. I think he's going to be very frustrated at the fact he's 2 down. You saw how both players reacted on their cameras. Kluivert, of course, showing the muscles, whereas Bernat just kind of throwing his hands up in the air saying, well, what can I do? I've been going forward. I've made the chances, but I've been caught on the break twice now. It's a shame for him, considering that he has shown he can definitely play a good game of FIFA. But say what? If he can score here, there is still time. But what a challenge that is.
Again, great defense from Justin Kluivert. I mean, he's been the most composed of these two players, and I believe that's why he's probably going to end up bringing this victory home to Rome.
Well, there needs to be a goal, and there needs to be a comeback on the cards. It needs to happen now, and it needs to happen quickly here for Juan Bernat. But it looks like Justin Kluivert is the man who is still looking to go forward, still looking to score goals. Well, maybe there's time for just a consolation here. Neymar on the near side. But it has been one of the closest games we've seen. Very closely fought between the two players. As the final whistle does go,